Hey everybody, it is April, and I'll be giving you a video review of Batman Incorporated issue number 10. He will become a creature of the night. Dun dun dun. I love this cover. This is a very nice cover. He shall become a bat. Alright, so right into this we see Michael Lane, Azrael. He's praying, in front of his armor and swords and everything, and he's spitting out philosophies and stuff, and it's very talky, very nice. And I must mention though, Michael Lane looks like a runaway slave, basically. Like the back, like that's not even funny. Like his back is really torn up. Actually, this isn't previews or anything, but yeah, his back is like torn to shreds there. Really messed up. And we see Batman comes up behind him, and they begin to talk about what's been going on in Batman's life so far. And Michael Lane is saying how some things can't be changed. I could pray every day forever, but it's my burden to be the devil's herald on Earth one day. Hell has chosen me as its soldier, Batman. And Batman, tries to, cheer him up and say, until then, Batman Incorporated went into liquidation, but consider yourself deputized. Michael, he was asking if he could, if Batman Incorporated needs anything, he'll be there. But as Michael continues to pray at his little makeshift altar there, we see that he has a mask that looks quite reminiscent of a Talon mask, but with like a little red type thing over the mouth. And there are some pictures and imagery up on his walls that looks like the Batman from the 666 issue of Batman there, and Batman is saying, that he saw a vision, talking about the vision that he had of, so the end of the world at the hands of his son. And Michael Lane then, Azrael says, we're all your sons, Batman. Any one of us could end the world or save it. And Batman says, my son is dead. The future I saw wasn't his after all. And it's there that I think it really becomes a powerful statement for him to he thought he was doing the right thing by letting Damien maybe if he had made different choices what would be the outcome. So that's an interesting thing to think about right there from that one. But it ends it all by Batman saying, I intend to beat the devil, Michael, for all of us. The suit of sorrow you wore as Azrael protects its wearer from all harm. Am I right? And it ends there to where we flash to Ra's al Ghul. It's been a while since we've seen him in the comic. In present time, I think not really since issue 2, actually. But he's still in a cage, held captive by Talia, and he's in his little room with playing chess with himself, and he compliments Talia as she's wearing like a little morning gown and a morning thing over her face, and he compliments her by saying, they tell me you had your son butchered like an animal. Bravo. You have become a monster at last. And to which he replies, you think I don't regret Damien's death? Batman refused to make a choice. My plan was and still is to cripple Gotham City and trigger a metabomb chain reaction around the globe. Damien wasn't supposed to be there. So he continues on to say, I salute you. The plan is epic in scope, immaculately conceived. The detective is surely finished. Except I can't help observing that you overlooked one vital detail. Which, Talia says, I overlooked nothing. I spent years. What detail? And as she just walks away, Roz, pushes over the queen with a knight, and it just laughs hysterically. And we move from there to back to Gotham, where Jim Gordon is walking up the stairs to the bat signal, and it's coming over like the police intercom. The controversial Batman Incorporated initiative has already cost Wayne Enterprises somewhere in the region of $100 million. Mayor Hattie's word sums it up. The current attitude towards private vigilante armies, Batman is no longer welcome in Gotham City, and they're posting all the wanted posters on signs of, with Batman's face on and everything, and we see, they're smashing up the bat signal, and that's where we see, the Bat, Gotham's Most Wanted, a quarter way through the comic there. And the next page we see Lucius is on the news trying to quell the media and whatnot, and we see he's talking to Bruce Wayne. He's still kind of messed up in the face, and he's asking him, did we really spend over $100 million, Lucius? Which he replies, $2 million developing robots alone. And he says, he continues by saying, recent field tests have, of course, have only proved their unreliability, and Batman continues to use them as disposable pawns in their numbers, we've seen. And that these were going to be family robots, a Batman in every home, war machines, Mr. Wayne. And Bruce then says, not anymore. Batman won't need these. But what's there behind the trampoline? There's a little thing there, and it's actually nice to see Bruce in a white suit. I thought that was cool. But Lucius says, it's a prototype exoskeleton. It injured everyone who tried to test it. And he also continues by saying, I heard that about your son, Mr. Wayne. And to which Bruce says, he's out of the country, Lucius. So, and we see a huge, awesome, like little Batman winged exoskeleton thing, really cool. And next page we flip back to Talia, and she has a few of her henchmen all in a row, and she tells them, I brought you here for a reason. You opened fire on my son. You helped extinguish a life with hundreds of your own. You each of you will be as if you never existed. And to which the heretic then begins just smashing their faces in. And, they're just, standing there terrified and in awe. And then Talia says, she has the mayor on the phone. And she's letting him hear all of that what she's doing. And Mayor Hattie says, no more demands, Leviathan. We've done everything you asked, please. But Talia then replies with, I wouldn't be doing my job as a villain if I didn't issue impossible demands. I want Batman to surrender himself to us at exactly 11 p.m. tonight. In the meantime, allow me to demonstrate our capabilities by calling the commissioner of police. So, then we see Jim Gordon, and they're saying, they're shutting down the city's nervous system, blocking circulation. They're killing us. The cars won't start. The Spolier sent contaminated gas. So that's what's going on there. And next page, we see Nightwing and Red Robin are on patrol, and they're interrogating this one guy and having him upside down by the leg. Nightwing does, and they're intimidating him until he says, it's happening tonight at 11 tonight. Oh God, just and Red Robin says, I don't think the boss can handle this, Nightwing. This is he's this close to the edge since Damian died. Talia worked this worked this whole thing, destroy him. And Nightwing says, yeah, Andy's hurt, backed into a corner, isolated with bad guys on all sides. And guess what, Robin? Red Robin. That's Batman at his most dangerous. So, and then Nightwing proceeds to contact Knight and Ranger, and they have found the location of Jason Todd. They're at Red Hook, and they found him. They bust in through that little whatever place, and the lady whose identity we still don't know is holding up a knife and telling Jason, that Talia bugged him, and by then Jason deduces that these ladies, this one woman, the Hood, and these ladies dressed up as like the old school Firebird with skull faces, aren't associated with Talia actually. And by then Knight and Ranger bust through, and they're taking down all of the girls and stuff and fighting them, and they're accusing the Hood of being a spy and a traitor, and being a spy. And says to it, Hood tries to defend himself by saying, "No, we're all on the same side. Just go ask the headmistress." And then Jason even agrees with him, saying, as much as I'd rather not admit it, he's right. I just realized who this is and what actually is going on here. We should listen to this woman. We still don't know who she is. Still all in shadow. Still don't know who she is. And the room is still weird, and no clues to who she is, at least not to me. But next page, we see the police are busting out the doors of Kirk Landstrom's house in his little office inside his home. There's little test tubes, and his wife is complaining, saying, you promised, Kirk, you're tearing our family apart. This door is ruined, and they're asking, where's the inventor of the Man-Bat formula, Kirk Landstrom? Where is he? Where is Batman? What was he doing here? And Kirk Landstrom is saying, is defending himself. I'm only trying to do the right thing. And the main guy in front, is saying, somebody's gonna hang. You tell your friend Bat, and then wham, he gets punched in the face, and you see Batman is still, in the window there. The wind was coming through there, and we didn't see him. And it's a really cool shot, almost like a 3D type thing effect going on here. I like that. I wish there was another splash of that. We cut from that, and we see the heretic is complaining to Talia, Gotham is my kingdom, why can't I do what I want? Just very angsty, for a guy his size. I am Batman. I want what's mine. And he's kind of going like this behind Talia, and to which he says, are you threatening me? Then observe. She pulls out this little trigger thing and tells him that your spinal column is wired. All I need to do is press this, and then he gets shocked, and he's like, in pain, and she's saying, mother, and just. She says, Damien disobeyed me. You lack that option. You have been made to do as you're told. Call me Lady Talia. Do you understand? He's just on the ground, writhing, pleading with her to stop. And as she walks out to the balcony of, which I presume is still Wayne Enterprise. Well, I don't know where it is, but there she's saying, Camelot must fall. The hour is drawing near, and we go back to Batman, and he is presumably in the cave, in his chair, and we see a reiteration from the very first line of the comic book. Criminals are superstitious, cowardly lot. My disguise must be able to strike terror into their hearts. And we see Batman, he's like that, looking extremely reminiscent of Mr. Calvin Rose Talon, and that's he's wearing the Azrael's little outfit there, very much like Talon, which I think is very cool. And he injects himself, with with this little serum there, and it's like a mist coming over the cave, and he's changing, and he's saying, he's continuing, I must become a creature of the night, black, terrible, yes, Father, he says. And Atalia is putting on her little skull mask and saying, the justice of Leviathan will be done. And one of her henchmen that is still alive is saying, you have to see this. There's something coming from north. And as she looks, she says, no, he wouldn't. You see a winged figure with a swarm of bats coming towards her, and we finish up from the last page with Batman saying, yes, Father, he says, I shall become a bat. And we see he has the exoskeleton suit, the man-bat formula, and the suit of sorrow all in one. So he's just a super jacked up, mega awesome Batman right now. That's what's going on with a swarm of bats, and we see the next issue is fatherless. So this is really cool. This is really cool. This makes me very excited for next issue. If nothing else, this is probably the best issue so far. I mean, definitely issue number 9 with the death of Damien was very prolific, but I enjoyed this book more, I think. Even with not really any fighting or action going on, but to see Azrael, Michael Lane, and what he was saying during the comic, and everything else, some cameos and whatnot by Nightwing and Red Robin. It was pretty good, really hyped me for next month's issue, and yeah, I'd have to give this a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. This is really cool, really cool. So yeah, follow me on Twitter like this, Tumblr, whatever. Yeah, peace. Awesome. Thank you.